It's a small network after all, huh? Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Cartoon Network crossovers.
Oh, Steven! Now who's next?
For this list, we're looking at our favorite crossovers from various Cartoon Network shows.
Spend the day with a talking monkey making a monkey army.
Yeah!
We'll only be counting crossovers between original programs, so don't expect to see any of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons that have become part of the network.
Hey! You were a partner in Slate's Rock and Gravel Company?
Which I'm now turning over to you.
Yabba dabba doo!
Number 10, Cartoon Network Invaded, Various.
What in heaven's name is that?
Whatever it is, it reeks.
While it isn't a crossover in the traditional sense, where characters directly interact with one another, 2007's Cartoon Network Invaded Event still implemented an overarching plot between a handful of shows.
It's Cheese! He's an alien! Oh, jeez, I can't believe you.
This time block saw several shows being invaded by aliens who plan to steal all of the cheese on Earth.
Sorry about the way my friends reacted to you. They can be a little dramatic sometimes.
Don't sweat it, Pally. I'd react the same way to a brain-sucking alien.
This invasion spanned Edd, and Eddy, Camp Lazlo, My Gym Partner's a Monkey, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Overall, this indirect crossover was pretty neat, and it kept us in suspense long enough to finally see what the invaders looked like.
Abort mission. There is no cheese. Repeat, there is no cheese here.
Number 9. Let's team up because we aren't bad friends. Mighty Magiswords and OKKO, Let's Be Heroes. Admittedly, Radical's appearance in Mighty Magiswords falls somewhere between a crossover event and a cameo. He only shows up in the third act, but it's still a lot of fun.
Oh, hey! So, what are you guys? Some sort of fan club? For me?
In this series finale for Mighty Magiswords, Bamber and Prohias bring Simone and Novel on a mission, but it ends up killing their friend's interest in adventuring.
Hey, Witchy Simone! Got a tree in a headlock. Pretty cool, huh?
Does not really seem like the time for trying to impress Goyles, you garden variety mook.
Along the way, they encounter Radicals from OKKO Let's Be Heroes. Radicals even gets his own Magisword, which is actually KO's arm, and throws power cards.
Thanks for letting me use your KO's arm sword.
Well, heck, you can keep it, Duder.
Here's the least we can do after, abducting you.
Nah, don't sweat it, guys.
Number 8. Let's Get Serious, Teen Titans Go and Young Justice. Teen Titans Go may not be the most well-liked show on Cartoon Network, but this crossover with the underrated Young Justice made for a memorable episode.
Look how serious they are.
Whoa! They have the eyes of righteousness.
The Titans grow jealous of the Young Justice team after seeing them take down Hive without a hitch. They decide that in order to be taken seriously, they'll have to get as serious as their rivals.
It's time to say something really serious!
It works about as well as you'd expect, given the Titans' track record in childish antics. And yet, we can't help cracking a smile when we see their ridiculously detailed and brooding faces. Even if you aren't a fan of the Titans' new image, this crossover is well worth your time.
We came here to clean up your mess, but it looks like you have everything under control.
Perhaps you can admit you misjudged us.
You do look pretty serious now.
Number 7. Say Uncle, Uncle Grandpa and Steven Universe. This wasn't exactly a crossover we were dying to see, but it unexpectedly turned out pretty well.
What am I doing wrong? The gems can all summon their weapons, why can't I? Isn't there somebody who can help me?
Steven is having quite a bit of trouble using his powers, particularly when it comes to summoning his shield bubble. Who better to save the day and fix a problem than the goofy and surreal Uncle Grandpa?
So, do you think you can help me? I just want to be able to protect my friends.
Yup, it's the belly blues. I've definitely seen this before.
Between the fourth wall breaks and hilarious gags, Say Uncle was a surprisingly entertaining crossover for fans of both shows.
Quick, Billy back! We need a plot hole!
And if you're still a little antsy over this shakeup, don't worry. Uncle Grandpa himself confirmed that nothing in the episode is canon.
But I think my work here is done. Bye-bye!
Number 6. Who rubbed out Cow and Chicken? I Am Weasel and Cow and Chicken. Given how often the red guy appeared in both shows, it only made sense that they'd cross over.
What's all this stink about?
Oh, Mr. Weasel, something is terribly wrong. You have to come quick before it is too late.
Besides, I Am Weasel was originally a segment of Cow and Chicken. When someone has committed the heinous crime of erasing cow and chicken from the world, it's up to Weasel and IR Baboon to crack the case.
Basically, they never came in today.
And what happened to Flem and Earl?
And why are the tiny bits of pink snail chewing eraser everywhere?
Of course, you can expect the same ridiculous humor from both shows to shine here, and the animation is as top-notch as it is on a normal day. Bet you can't guess who the culprit is.
Why did you rub out cow and chicken and Flem and Earl?
What? Why? Well, 'cause I wanted my own show, but they wouldn't give it to me, no.
Number 5. Company Halt. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne. This isn't the first time these shows have collided. Anyone else remember Grim and Evil? However, this was the first time they went beyond Easter eggs and cameos.
Imagine that, but 100 times more powerful.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Hector Con Carne has returned and is ready to take over the world, with his General Scar at his side.
We're dead!
Unfortunately, Scar has gotten used to a quiet life and requires some convincing. What made this episode so special was that we got to revisit the short-lived Evil Con Carne series that premiered after Grim and Evil ended. So this episode was a pleasant trip down memory lane.
Prepare to be destroyed, little boy! My gun!
Number 4. T.G.I.S. Ben 10 Omniverse and the Secret Saturdays. The Ben 10 franchise made a few more crossovers than most shows typically go for, as we'll see later on.
This is my dad, Doc Saturday. And you've already met my brother Fiskerton. We're big fans.
Yeah, I can tell.
One of its coolest episodes was when Ben met the Secret Saturdays, a family that's a part of a secret organization of scientists specializing in capturing cryptids.
You're not hiding the Loch Ness Monster up here, are you? 'Cause that would be awesome! No way! We'd never take Nessie out of her natural habitat.
As with most action shows, the encounter is not made under light circumstances. Dr. Animo has resurrected the sinister Vincent Argost, the Saturday's arch-enemy.
Argost is working with Animo? Animo? Mad scientist, likes to experiment on animals, strictly a B-grade villain.
Full of thrilling moments and witty one-liners, TGIS brought the best of both shows in one great package.
This isn't over!
Sorry, dude. It kinda is.
Number 3. Crossover Nexus. OK KO, Let's Be Heroes, and various Cartoon Network shows. In Crossover Nexus, KO finds himself trapped in a mysterious dimension, but he is not alone.
No time for introductions.
Guys, this way, come on!
Dozens of other characters from various Cartoon Network shows are in the same predicament, and they must all band together to break free.
What do you do, little boy? I'm 10. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm Ben 10!
If you're a die-hard fan of Cartoon Network, you'd be gushing over how many references were packed into this episode.
Feels good to be a kid again. Satisfying. Ready, Garnet?
Featured are Ben from Ben 10, Raven from Teen Titans Go, and Garnet from Steven Universe. But there are also many more, including relics of the network's history. One could plainly see the amount of love poured into this massive crossover.
Okay, KO. Let's be heroes.
Number 2. Ben 10 Generator Rex, Heroes United. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien and Generator Rex. This may not have been a big surprise to see, this coming from the studio behind both shows, but Heroes United was a thrilling adventure until the very end.
You really haven't heard of me?
I'm Ben Tennyson.
After falling through a wormhole, Ben finds himself in Rex's world, and eventually the two must team up to defeat a power-absorbing foe.
I've officially decided I like you, monster guy. Same here, robot kid.
There were just so many cool moments in this crossover, from Rex's fight with Humongosaur to Ben using Upgrade's powers to fuse with Rex's equipment. With interesting scenarios, compelling writing, and fantastic voice acting, this was one of the coolest specials Cartoon Network ever put out.
Let's do this again someday.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Grim Adventures of the KND. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Codename Kids Next Door. Not only was this the oddest of the bunch, it was also the best. When Billy tears his dad's favorite pair of pants, he must call on the one group of kids that can help him out. Unfortunately, the Eds refuse, and so the dilemma rests on the kids next door.
So you're like elves?
No, we are highly trained operatives skilled in the art of covering things up that get kids grounded.
This was a sight to behold. Despite the stark contrast in both shows' visuals, the chemistry between characters made it seem like they'd been together since their pilots.
Our attacks aren't working!
It's those pants! I know those pants!
Hilarious through and through, this was the crossover that riled up the kid in us all. And characters from many other shows made cameos too.
Who's gonna be the Grim Reaper if I'm not the Grim Reaper?
Oh, hey there!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.